Virgo, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosie Victoria and we are diving into your star sign reading of October 2024. Now, welcome back to my channel. Drop me a like and subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more monthly content where I'm creating readings, I'm diving you into your relationship with spirit, and accelerating your mind capacity when it comes down to wealth, business, and success. Now, Virgo, as we're leaning into October 2024, there is a lot of energy that's coming to the surface for you. I was sat here and I always scribble on my notepad as I'm leaning into a reading, and I started to get really excited and very, very overwhelmed because it feels like there's some really strong celebrations in your life right now. And so a lot of you are going to be entering a season of fertility, of engagements, wedding bells. Like there's a lot of really strong celebrations in your life right now for the Virgo sign. And even if that isn't something that materializes in that way, you can expect to be celebrating something. It feels like this moment of relief as you realize what you've wanted is actually on its way to you. There's no longer this chaos. There's no longer these ups and downs. There's no longer questioning whether things are going to work out. Things are going to work out. And October through to November, even leaning into December for you, is a period of celebration and actually realizing that you've arrived at the level that you wanted to arrive at. Now, as I'm stepping into this, what is coming to the surface is that there's a lot of long-term thinking right now. And so you can expect to be diving into your long-term pension plans, your long-term, plans of action. Where are you going with your life? I feel this is a time of covering all bases. And the more you're thinking about that long-term, the more it's just going to ground your foundation and make sure that you feel very, very strong and secure in your root. A lot of you are making decisions on where you want to be long-term in your future. And so you can expect right now to actually decide that certain pathways are no longer what you want. I'm seeing this huge flash of like looking around new living situations and really deciding the place that you want to be, the location that you want to be. You can also expect that there's this energy of, okay, do I want to stay in this career or do I want to pivot? But it's not coming from a place of sadness and it's not coming from a place of unalignment. It's actually coming from a place of maturing and celebrating a new season of your existence that is making you realize that it's time for a change and it's time for a shift. And so the changes that you're making right now and the shifts that you're coming into, they're strong. They're strong energy that's here for a reason. And so you can expect to kind of like move pathways without any explanation. And other people might be looking at you and saying, wow, like that was a quick 360 in your career, or that was a quick decision to move. But actually, it's all for the greatest good. And I feel like you know that deep down for this long-term chapter of your future is where you're meant to be and it's how you're meant to place your attention. Again, there's this strong element of commitment. And so a lot of you can expect that you're going to enter a season of very, very strong commitment within relationships. I feel like you're ready for this challenge and it never felt right previously. And that's just a reminder that when it feels right, it feels right. And you can't compare the chapter that you're in right now to the previous chapters of your life because you can't make something fit, right? And I feel like there were some incredible people in your life previously where if we were ticking boxes, the boxes were ticked great and everything was fine, but the romantic connection was not as strong as you desired it to be. Whereas right now, the energy is strong, the fire is there, the elements are all together. And so you're going to have to lean into knowing that you made the right decision relationship-wise. And sometimes relationships are hard because you also have to let somebody down in the process so that you can really create the chapter of your life that you desire. So this celebration season is something to lean into and an honoring of yourself because it hasn't been easy to get here. And I can see that a lot of you've had to make decisions about, things that you're letting go of, people that you're letting go of to actually choose people that make sense for you in this chapter of your life. And it's just a reminder that life isn't black and white and relationships can be incredibly complicated, but you can't feel guilty for the choices that you've made. And so there is a few of you that are feeling guilty for how you've treated somebody else, maybe in the decision of your own future. Maybe you had a relationship and you left that relationship for a new relationship. Maybe there was somebody who wanted to try again with you and you had to disappoint them. It feels like, unfortunately, it's just the way that it works. And you can't apologize for choosing yourself and trusting that you are the biggest priority in your life. very like hot and spicy energy around you, Virgo. It just feels very flirtatious, very fun, like very freeing. And I feel like right now, the people in your life, you're gonna be bonded for life. There's things that you're going through throughout October that like are just going to bond you with the people that are in your life, and it just feels like the connection can't be explained through words. And so this is a time of just enjoying, right? Like enjoying the season and not needing to explain. I also feel like there might be some people around you that are like, whoa, you're moving quite fast in the directions that you're going in. However, you know that it's right for you. The people in your life know that it's right for you. And so it's time to trust yourself. Remember that sometimes things do move fast, but they move fast from a period of an alignment. And I can see that in the past, there was a version of you that was scared of this level of commitment. But right now, it's like all those commitment fears, all those doubts, all of those insecurities, they've completely vanished because you just know that you're in the right chapter, in the right moment, and that this is the right season for you. Say, Virgo, that at some point you might clear up old energy, because it feels like some things in your life are being left like in a hasty way, meaning that there's lack of closure, there's lack of conversation, or there's something that's been so sudden that maybe there was conversations that could have been had. Now, that's not to say that you won't return to those conversations. I actually feel for a lot of you Virgos, you will be returning to those conversations. You will be coming back into a position of grounding and really honoring what it is that you'll leave in. But right now is not a time for that closure. And so you can't move into like trying to have certain conversations, trying to gain closure, maybe leave things on a good line with old relationships or old bosses, old friendships. At the end of the day, let it be slightly messy. And when the timing is right, you'll come back and you'll have the conversations of closure that will give you satisfaction. And that's not to say you're going to go back to anything, but it feels like somebody else needs closure from you. And right now you can't give that, and that's okay, because it's not your job to make other people feel comfortable and grounded in their own life. Now, Virgo, if this reading has resonated with you, please do drop me a like and subscribe down below, and stay tuned for more monthly content where I'll be diving into your star sign readings and stepping you into a soul-led creation of business, life, and purpose.